Hey everyone, and welcome back to another eShop Deals feature video, where once again we'll be looking at a game that actually just launched on the Nintendo Switch eShop and is already receiving a massive launch discount. And that game is That's a Cow, that is right now 67% off, dropping its price down all the way to $1.99 and will be running in North America till December 9th. Now, once again, this comes with a bit of extra good news because this discount is actually present throughout all regions, however, obviously adjusted for your local currency. And in all other regions outside of NA, it will even be running till December 19th. Now, just before we jump into the details of the game, I do want to thank Red Deer Games for providing me with an early release code for the game, as well as sponsoring today's video. And also, don't forget that if you are liking the content, one of the best ways to help support the channel, hit that like button. So this game really doesn't feature any storyline, so we're jumping straight into the gameplay. And that gameplay is a 2D autorunner where you're playing as a cow. And it features a very original mechanic where you can propel yourself around the levels like a rocket using your milk. Basically, holding down the A button and using your joystick to orient you will send you flying in whichever direction you're pointing. That is, besides backwards, however, this being an autorunner, hitting backwards will only hold you in place. But it's very useful for throwing milk at your enemies to eliminate them. However, you do have a set limit of milk before you have to let the button go to recharge a bit. However, by dosing your propulsion just right, you can actually pull off some pretty great maneuvers. Now, the general objective of the gameplay here is to make your way to the end of the level. However, if you want to acquire the 3-star rating on each and every level, you'll also have to do so by eliminating as many enemies as possible, collecting as many coins as you can, and also getting these special green apples. And if you're wondering what the point of 3-starring each and every level is, well, the more stars you get, the more cosmetic upgrades for your cow you can actually play for. Because basically every time you fill up your star meter, you get to play a crane game where you can go fishing for a new cosmetic upgrade for your cow. You do have to be careful, however, because if you get the same upgrade that you've already unlocked, unfortunately it's like losing your turn. However, you can turn the camera around to help you orient your claw right above that new cosmetic upgrade that you're really fishing for. The game also gives you a free chance at the crane game that refreshes every hour. Now, if we focus back on the main game, it is divided into a little more than 100 levels. And in my case, who's pretty used to autorunners, it still took me about 4 hours to make my way through all 100 levels. And if we're looking at difficulty-wise, I would place this game more on the entry level for an autorunner. So if you're new to the genre, this could be a perfect game to get you into it. Also, I would say don't judge the game based on its 21st levels because it really brings up the difficulty level in a pretty gradual fashion, and those 21st levels really weren't challenging me. However, starting at level 30, the challenge really did become present in some of the levels, and I would say past level 50, I would get challenged every 3 or 4 levels, sometimes having to retry them a second time. Now, if you're in the market for a hugely challenging autorunner, this is maybe not the best game for you. However, I really think they're targeting a younger market here or the more casual gamer. And the good news in my case is that I live with that exact target market. So I went over to one of the professionals for this game. And I've got to tell you, my 9-year-old daughter is in love with it. She can't put it down, and unlocking those new cosmetic cows really is a huge draw for her. On a side note, my wife also really liked the game, and she's the very definition of a casual gamer, with her most played game being Candy Crush on her phone. Now, on the graphics and performance side, I was actually really impressed with this game. Visually, it is super attractive with really nice colors, and it plays perfectly on the Nintendo Switch. I really didn't encounter any performance issues, either playing in docked or in handheld. The music also added a nice vibe to the game, but I think what surprised me most is the integration of haptic feedback, because every time you rock it off with your cow, you feel it in your controller or in the Switch itself. And it's so rare that these more budget indie games take advantage of the haptic feedback. It was actually really fun to see here, and it's a really good implementation. So once again, since today's video is a feature and not a review, I won't be giving an official score for the game. However, once again, as a $2 eShop deal, I really think this game can be an amazing pickup for younger players or more casual players. And the whole collectathon aspect of trying to unlock all the cosmetic upgrades for the cows really will keep players coming back till they get all of them. Now, for experienced players, that might only take 4 or 5 hours. However, for more casual gamers, it will probably add quite a few hours to the experience. Now, I would love to hear from all of you. Do you think you're going to be picking up That's a Cow on the Nintendo Switch before this launch promotion runs out? And also, on the way out, don't forget that if you did like the content, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and click on that notification bell so you know when all my future content comes out. And as usual, I hope I'll see you in my next video.